Hey, what's up? It's your boy Yo, MyhellofalifeTv. I'm joined today by special guest Jayde Juelz.
I'm here. What's up, world? What's up?
What's up? What's up? Happy to have you here. And just
thank you. I mean, this is dope. I was super excited when I heard about it, so I'm glad to be here.
yeah, glad to have you here. Definitely a fan of her channel. Y'all should go subscribe to that Jayde Juelz channel.
Just like that, you better.
Yeah, I love.
If you want that real.
Yeah. So let's hop right into it. Talk about you as an artist. Give a little background. You from New Orleans.
Absolutely from New Orleans.
Living in LA.
Living in LA, yes.
You know, doing your thing out there, chasing your dream, doing your music. Can you just describe to us just the evolution of you as an artist from starting here in New Orleans to moving out there to LA?
Okay. So my story is a little funny because when I started recording was during the time when Hurricane Katrina hit. So I actually didn't record my first song in New Orleans.
Yeah.
Katrina hit. I happened to be in transition of like 9th to 10th grade. We ended up going to Miami, and that's where I recorded my first song.
Okay.
That was an experience for me. That's something we can talk about later. But it was super dope, and that's kind of what kicked off my career as an artist. I would say in mindset, understanding that's what I wanted to do with the rest of my life. So once that happened, sky was the limit. I was in the studio nonstop, no matter where we were living after Hurricane Katrina. Then eventually I came back here, which was, so no matter where I was, just recording all the time. So finally in 2007, came back to New Orleans officially, and I joined a group of rappers. I was the only girl, so I was like the Lil Kim or the Fox or the Eve or whoever back in 07. And that shit was so inspirational. From that moment, I just non-stop pursuit of it. Fast forward to the future, 2013 is when I moved to Los Angeles. So 5 years now, and I was pursuing music in New Orleans like anybody else. I felt like I was doing everything I had to, but I came to a moment of realization, and I understood that if I ever wanted to truly make it, I had to leave where I was from, solely because the biggest DJ that we know of from New Orleans, anybody will tell you, is Wild Wayne. Like, he's the most prominent person in the city.
Right.
There are people who've never heard of his name in Los Angeles.
Right.
No disrespect to Wayne, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's a legend here. With that being said, I'm thinking bigger, you know?
Right.
So I left. I was doing some audio engineering at the time, so I went out there on the same type of time and just ended up meeting a lot of people. And that's the biggest thing that I took away from moving to Los Angeles as an artist, is the understanding of how valuable it is to be within the right network of people.
Right. And
I didn't get that here.
You hear a lot of people run across so many artists that I've spoken to personally, or just, you know, watched interviews and saw them say that you kind of gotta leave New Orleans or leave wherever you're from, unless it's like, I guess, like Atlanta.
Right. If you are from a popping city, then by all means, run it up. And we all need to be hometown heroes. So you need your hometown love and support.
Right.
But it's like, to gain that advanced level of thinking, you gotta leave.
Right. And I definitely could see that. And I want to speak on, though, the spotlight that New Orleans is, like, it's funny we saying that, the spotlight New Orleans is receiving lately, as far as, I think I was listening to the new track from Quavo.
Right.
And Quavo let out the song, and he like, QC, we the new Cash Money Records. And then later in the song, he talking about whipping up the pot like gumbo from New Orleans.
Stir fry. That was the first thing I love. Oh my God. Stir fry was a moment for me that made me actually respect the Migos.
Yeah.
I've always been like, they cool. You know, not my type of music, whatever, but you know, I could vibe to it when the timing is right.
Right.
But stir fry made me respect them niggas. Like, and I'm like, this shit feel like bounce.
Right.
Pharrell put a bounce drum pattern in it.
And then we watched Drake do the real bounce.
Came through and bagged up. It's not surprising though. It's like someone as innovative with his sound as Drake would only take his mentor's sound and make it platinum. So, shout out Black and Mild though.
Yeah, Black and Mild.
That's big for the city. That's bigger than the sound of bounce. Like,
Fifth Ward
absolutely.
Free to everybody.
But all that's black though.
Was involved, yeah.
All that's black.
Yeah.
That shit crazy.
So with that being said, being in LA, but knowing that, okay, my musical background is New Orleans, like how does one take that and say, hey, I'm gonna make sure I implement my sound where I come from, you know, to the masses and do it authentically because you authentic New Orleans.
So I ain't gonna lie to you. For me, probably like anybody else that's really from New Orleans that is a lover of hip hop,
Yeah.
we don't look at bounce the way the world does.
Mm-hmm.
It's sometimes irritating for us.
Sometimes,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
Like
yeah.
sometimes it'd be like, okay, I know if I'm going to that spot, they're gonna run the bounce all night. But if I go over there, they're gonna play some hip hop, rap, and bounce.
Right.
And we usually make a decision to go
What you want, yeah.
that way, hip hop, rap, and bounce. I'm looking at it like I gives no fucks. I'm not about to, like that's not me. You know what I mean? Like I'm not about to go do what Big Freak is doing. Although there are artists like Keedy Black and rest her soul, Magnolia Shorty when she was here, but they don't make like traditional. Well, Magnolia Shorty did, but Keedy makes more song versions of bounce music. So I'm like, it's not like it has to be a duplication of Drake. And like you said, it would be natural for me because I'm from here.
Right.
But my first God honest thought was to not even fool with that.
Yeah.
But of course, with time, I sat on it and I'm like, okay, this shit is really becoming big.
Right.
Like Nice for What was cool. It was like, I feel it. And then it wasn't giving New Orleans no love on that shit. It really was more like Murder Beats, Drake. Although Black was involved.
Right.
Long story short, at that moment I wasn't convinced.
Right.
Then they dropped this Kiki shit.
Yeah.
It's taking over the world.
Exactly.
It's a child dance now. Like,
yeah.
So and so I'm looking at it like, all right, we know G-Eazy did it with the song with him, Cardi B, and A$AP Rocky, right?
Right.
We know Migos did it with Stir Fry, right?
Right.
We know back in the day when the Hot Boys was running it up and doing their thing, Manny had the same type of vibe in his beats. So I'm like, well, the world is friendly, you know what I mean, with that sound. Like they like that shit.
Right.
So in my head, I'm like, all right, now I'm gonna pocket that idea, but I'm not gonna come out with that.
Right.
I'm like, let me just try to strategize to be, plotting on it for the future. So I have a few records that I'm kind of playing with, long story short.
Right.
And I think for me, it would be reminiscent of bounce, but it wouldn't be 100%.
Right, because you gotta be true to yourself, and
That ain't me.
Right.
At all.
Well, like we was talking earlier about your YouTube channel, very popular.
It's getting there.
Your Instagram, that's very popular.
Getting there.
Since I've been following you, definitely go live.
A lot, yes.
Yeah, go live.
If you don't know, go to my YouTube for the real. Come to my IG for me. Like,
yeah,
we can run it up.
Go live a lot. So I just want to ask you, what's the benefits of being able to just instantly reach out and touch your fans, your followers, and what's some of the negativities of people being able to reach out to you that quick?
I'm gonna start with the negative. Solely because I gotta debate if I want to give away these trade secrets in the positive. But so the negative for me is kind of just a person like me who is a perfectionist. I'm strong-willed. Like my gut tells me what to do at any moment. But because I'm such a perfectionist, I would be foolish to not consider other people's thoughts, comments, concerns. As you know, we in a generation of trolling. As you know, we in a generation of Twitter fingers, these internet bullies.
Yeah.
Not that any of it actually affects me personally, but within my craft, I'm having all these voices now. You know what I mean? And that sometimes for me can kind of be something that causes procrastination within my craft. Like I take time with my shit. So it's like, that's one thing that I've seen as backlash. But, it's always two sides to a coin. The flip side is that's hella constructive criticism. And I've never been shy of that. So that would be one of the positives, the constructive criticism that I really live for. Like, it's difficult for me to complete something without consulting people's visions that I trust, their ear, and just different things like that. So within the platform, at least, YouTube alone, I'm getting to know a lot of the real. And sometimes, honesty is hard to hear. I can admit that. Like, I'm not in denial about things that hurt my feelings or, the biggest thing that I preach on my channel and through my brand and my Instagram is just real. Like, accept who you are and how you feel, and who gives a fuck what anybody else thinks. Like, that's all I really want people to take from my shit.
Right.
So, for me, being a person that is like that, that's also a perfectionist and whose true love is music, YouTube has opened up, I feel like I know the network. Because I'm getting feedback, insight, commentary directly from the consumer.
Right.
Like right now I'm at like more than 9,000 subscribers, right? Mind you, I started this shit last December. So that's That's crazy for me anyway. I don't know how other people experience their growth on YouTube, but and it's slowed down because of things that I haven't done. But to get back to the point, pretty much, I really feel like I have control of everything. Like I have an understanding of what is going on in the world of the consumer's head.
Right.
And I feel like a lot of artists are detached from that solely because they're not truthfully running their show, or they're not truthfully tapped into their fan base like that.
Right.
They might not run their YouTube channel.
And it's crazy. I saw somebody say, and I just saw it last night, but I can't think of who the actual artist was. But they said, I think it was T.I. It might have been T.I. It said something like, the moment an artist is like disattached from his fans or her fans and feel like, well, just anything I do, they gonna accept. It's like,
that's when they start falling.
Yeah, you start falling off hard.
I mean, and you know what's crazy? Like in theory, for me, mentally, I know the day that I cannot get my 5% to be able to relate to me anymore. Either I have to do one of two things: tap back into my roots to bring myself down to my people, or reinvent my sound, which may abandon my 5%, but at least I'm not faking the funk, right? I'm not trying to reach people who I no longer relate to. So that's always been my theory about that. And I see that happen with a lot of artists. They get too big and we don't feel them no more.
Yeah, and I want to mention that because you talked about Nicki a lot lately, and so have I on my page. I just want to know real quick, and we don't got to go too far into Nicki, but I've seen a lot of things she's done lately, a lot of the antics I feel like she's been up to for this past album to promote it. And I don't really view her as a rap or hip hop artist no more.
Really?
To me, she's just a pop artist now. And
I feel you on that.
I mean, I like her bars when she do decides to rap, but I feel like most of the time, the Nicki that I used to love, I guess I was one of the people who wanted that hardcore Nicki.
Yep.
I'm totally disattached from her.
I mean, I feel you.
I still root for her, but
you're not really into it. You probably wasn't rushing to go replay Queen after you heard it the first time, because it just was
I don't think I have replayed it yet.
Right, exactly. So, but that's kind of where music is right now. Not to discredit her, because it's a decent body of work for me. My thought on that is I could understand why you feel she's a pop artist solely because hip hop is pop now.
Right.
It's the most popular genre of music around the world.
Right.
So with that being said, that always comes with it changing, which is why we have the industry that we have right now. And for Nicki, she's looking at it like, I'm a veteran to this industry, to this generation, because the people who are now active and who would be that demographic of kids, that 12 to 17 artists, like people of that age range are paying attention to that person, like Lil Pumps and shit like that. They no longer identify with what was valuable about hip hop back when she was popping.
Right.
So she looking at it like, I'm a vet. Like they don't even know half the songs that I allowed to influence me to be a rapper, like shit like that. So I think it's all a part of her trying to fit in without kind of like detaching herself from those people, because she's still a pop artist, right? She still wants to appeal to that age demographic, but now she's also fighting the fact that the new genre, which used to be pop that sounded a lot different, sounds like what the fuck she's been creating the whole time. So she's having to completely reinvent herself. She's struggling, and I feel it. More than anything, I fucking feel it, though.
It's full.
Because it's difficult as an artist. Like, I kind of feel very similar to her in my search for my sound that's going to break through right now.
And that's what I wanted to get into next. Let's talk about your sound, your music. Where can people go to find Jayde Juelz music past, and what could we be looking forward to now? Like what we have coming now? I'm
gonna drop one of these Juelz on these people, because a lot of people that have known my music for a while know this, but most people don't. So I hope we run it up with the numbers on this bitch, because y'all about to crack open a little piece of treasure. My old stage name is Jayde Juelz. All my mixtapes are on Dat Piff. Search for them. That's all I can say.
I got to search for them. I'm gonna go check them out myself.
So that's where a good bit of my music that's from my archive is, because that was the platform back then, right? Like Wayne was dedication, all the numbers. Via that good for free, nigga. So that's where all that shit was going. Aside from that, of course, YouTube, Jayde, and then Jayde Juelz, Juelz, like Santana Dipset. Y'all need to young for that, right? That's when you know you grew up.
I hope not. I mean, we got fans from young and old.
If they know Juelz Santana, if they're young, right now, it's because that nigga just pled guilty to the gun charge for that. That's the only reason they would know this nigga at this point. But aside from that, my Instagram is actually my one-stop shop for everything. I always have a link that's gonna bring you somewhere to get to some other shit that I'm advertising within my whole page. Right now, I'm blowing up my SoundCloud. If you are in tune with me, I'm dropping songs every week.
That's the place to be, SoundCloud.
So the SoundCloud is just soundcloud.com/Jayde Juelz. And it's Jayde Juelz everything. So whatever platform you decide to go to, it's all universal at this point. So
all right.
You'll find me anywhere and you'll find my music.
All right, so next thing. Like we just talking, you brands the hell out yourself, which is what you're supposed to do as an artist.
I'm learning. Thank you.
Your signature look, the glasses.
That's just a right now thing.
The glasses.
That. Yeah, no, for fact. So I don't know if you've really been paying attention, but here and there I've been sneaking in the fact that I'm about to drop merch.
Yeah, I've been paying attention.
All right,
that's
so
what I'm getting towards.
The merch would be a time capsule piece, which is a collaboration with the Good Shade Sunnies. Shout out my dog Lex. She's also from New Orleans. We both live in LA together. She has the eyeglasses line, and I have a design for some bandanas.
Okay.
So it's gonna be a collab. Pretty much you'll buy the glasses that I've been wearing, which is this pair, not literally this pair, but this colorway with yellow, blue, orange, and purple. You pick whatever color you want. And I think the entire set.
You should do a special giveaway for that pair that you
I
wear.
mean, you know, that might actually can happen. Low key, actually we can make that happen.
A super fan might want that pair.
Real shit. This is what I'll do. All right, I'm fucking with this, Mario. This is what I'm gonna do. I will give this specific pair, which is my personal favorite. This is the first pair of this design that I own, away to any person. We'll configure the contest rules. If it's gonna be Instagram, YouTube, whatever. However that may be, the winner will get this pair. I'll even sign that shit, and I'll get it like plastered in the
Oh yeah, that's exclusive. But they're gonna have to repost this interview.
Okay, so that's one of the requirements. I'm not making up the rules. I'm just giving the shit away.
We gonna get it right.
And you'll get the bandana too. So I have 2 bandana designs. I'm not gonna give away colors, none of that shit. But it's a time capsule piece, so it'll represent this time in my career.
And where they gonna be able to get?
It's all in one package. So you'll buy these, you get the bandana with it.
All right. So you got a merch site coming up.
So the website will be revealed within the next week or so. The merch is literally about to drop like in the next 2 weeks.
Whenever she reveals everything, I'll make sure I've got a link up on my site.
As long as you're following Jayde Juelz, you're gonna know everything about me. That's all I say. So it'll be on my Instagram, advertised like crazy. I'll probably have that as the active link in my bio. If not, some music that I want y'all to listen to. So.
All right, well, I just want to say thank you for sitting down with me today.
Thank you for having me.
Talking music with me, talking New Orleans, talking a little LA. I'm gonna have to find out what spots to go eat out there, though.
I'm
gonna have to.
I mean, I'm vegan, so I don't know, but I got you though. I once was a meat eater, but now.
Hey, I can eat a vegan dish at least once a day, you know.
Okay, well, come to me for the vegan shit, and I mean, I can help you with other shit too. But I got you though.
Yeah, I appreciate you sitting down with me, talking some music with us.
Thank you.
MyhellofalifeTv, Jayde Juelz.
It's your girl, Jayde Juelz. Y'all hit the subscribe button on my YouTube, of course.
MyhellofalifeTv.
And then, of course, follow my IG. That's everything to me. You want to catch me live, that's where I'm at.
All right. Peace.